Hey yo, what's poppin'? Realest one. So I was scrolling down my timeline like a couple nights ago. I came across a post, which is actually the reason I'm even doing this right here. It sparked the interest to do so. I came across a post from somebody I'm connected to. Shout out to her. And the post was in regards to the analytics, her analytics to be exact. If you're a content creator, you already know the studio, it presents the analytics, which is like content creator's best friend. That gives you the tool to help guide you on this nutty ass platform, to give you all the info you need to know pertaining to your channel, every detail you could think of, from which country and state tunes in, what time is best for you to go on, even the percentage difference between gender that tune in to you, which was what the person I'm connected to had posted. It was a slight revelation she had, when she realized that when she checked her analytics and seen that it was actually a huge difference between the subscribers that watched and the non-subscribers. When I say the percentage difference between non-subscribers and subscribers, I mean a big ass margin, fam. And I had a familiar revelation like that myself a long time ago, and probably other people can relate to that. When I checked mine, it was nothing new to me. If you're a content creator, you already know it's a high chance that if you look in the studio, it might say there's a higher number of non-subscribers that tune in versus actual subscribers. Unless you on these huge channels that have one of these big ass audiences, right? I think that's type normal, but to an extent, right? Anyway, one thing this person has said, I agree with. I definitely agree with this. Her whole thing is that, like I do a certain type of content over here. So if you're not interested or down with it, if it does not resonate with you, like don't even bother. Don't even bother subscribing in the first place. It's crazy how people do that, right? People subscribe to you based off of one video that they seen, like especially if you're talking shorts, right? They liked that one video, but they might not watch nothing else of yours. That shit, this app, it'd be so funny, man, how this shit be working, right? It's like, how could you not agree? I told her the same thing I always said to everybody else. You got to remember that this, it's a difference between subscribers and supporters. I used to say that all the time. A significant difference too. For example, if you had 500 subs, it'd probably be at least 100 out of that 500 that actually even acknowledge your content and what you bring in. Then out of that 100, it probably only gonna be like 10 to 15, maybe 20 on a good week or a good month that even bother to hit the damn like button. Y'all tell me I'm lying. If you're a content creator, you tell me I'm lying. And since day one, that was something I never really comprehended, because it's always been like that. But it's like, it's just something with people when it comes to that damn like button, fam. I've seen so many people complain about that. Like, people don't like hitting that like button, especially when it comes to the shorts. But why is that? You would think if someone was subscribed to your channel, that hitting the like button would be as simple as it was to hit that subscribe button. The same way you hit that subscription button, it takes little to no effort for that big ass thumb under the video to get tapped too, right? That's what you figure. Some folks don't even be thinking about the like button though. I understand that too. They don't even have it on their biscuit. They might be multitasking, as I always like to say, working, driving, taking care of the children, anything. But then you got folk who probably figure it's not a big deal at all, but honestly, next to a donation, the next best way to support somebody besides watching, of course, is hitting the like button. As far as the algorithm goes, it does play a part. Like half the people that watch are aware of this, and then some just flat out could care less, fam. Even other folk who know how much of a part that simple little ass button play, they'll still skip right past it, you know, which I think is corny. I'll always, if I don't do nothing else, I make sure I hit the like button. But you can't make nobody show support. You can't make people do something they don't want to do, right? But that's my point. If you don't want to, then why even pretend by putting on that front? But I have seen folk complain about the support they don't get from others. But then when it comes to the others they mention, it's like they've been doing the same things. Like, what you talking about? So the support shit, it can be real hypocritical. You know, folks be knowing what they be doing. Some people it's just purposeful. You know what I mean? You can't want the same support that you ain't willing to give. That's not how that go. That's like next level hypocrisy. You know, that's why me, especially after being here for the years I've been on here, I try my best not to harp on it too much, because I'm sure some might say about me, what, oh, Realest don't share enough, or as much as some probably feel I should. But the thing about that for me is, if anything, mainly my thing is always to, you know, if I do, I share folk out who have a smaller audience, you know, less subscribers, if anything, you know, a smaller platform versus a platform that got like thousands, if I even remember to hit that share button, you know what I'm saying? Everybody feels different about it though. Everybody got their own perspective on the support thing. It's funny, like it's real funny. Now, when it comes to the live thing versus the premiere, I realized this from my own analyzing, right? Folk rather pop in while you're actually live. There's just something about a live stream that folk prefer. I don't know. Maybe it's because they can interact more with the content creator and with people. I mean, you can still interact with people while the premiere is on, but just listening and watching a random premiere, I don't know. Y'all tell me, though. Y'all tell me. Now, when it comes to the live streaming, I'm sure y'all knew this, because this ain't nothing new. It's never been anything new. And if not, y'all better get hip to it. One of the main reasons that a lot of people would choose not to even like come to your live stream, not everybody get along. Not everybody fuck with each other. Right? That's life. Some folk won't even come to your live if you got certain individuals in there, just for the sake of avoiding folk. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about they won't breathe a letter in your shit. I know it because I've been there before myself. You know, I'm not gonna lie. And it do sound childish, you know, it does sound immature, stupid, and all of that. Some people just wouldn't understand what that's about. Sometimes it can get taken a little bit out of proportion, though. You know what I mean? Or it could be, honestly, because this happens too, it could be an excuse for some people. Sometimes they might tell you as the host, listen, I don't deal with such and such. I don't quite mesh with blank and blank. In actuality, it could be your ass that they dodging. They just don't want to come in your shit. They just want to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? They really ain't rocking with you. You know? I mean, you got to go by the vibes. You got to use your common sense after a while to put it all together, man. Give it some thought. If you find yourself more in a person's live stream chat, but you don't see them in yours, right? Either not as much or shit, maybe not at all, then yeah, it could be possible that person just don't care for you like that, or as much as maybe you fuck with them, because they feel, for example, going back to the whole folks don't get along shit, maybe they feel like you shouldn't be having dealings with the people they spoke of, and or for, you know, for a whole nother reason you know nothing about. Which most of the times on here, I say people, you know, they're not gonna necessarily tell you when it's an issue. You know what I mean? It could be some high school shit on you sometimes. They're not gonna tell you, but sure enough, they'll tell somebody else. They flat out just don't like your ass. That's how a lot of beef started on here too, by the way. I've seen it time and time again. Which honestly, for me, I feel like it's, excuse my language, but I feel like it's straight up pussy. That's just me. I feel like that's some punk behavior. Ain't no other way to really call it. Like, because it's not high school. You know, we grown. It's like, I want to know. I want to know. Don't be laughing at my motherfucking face and downplaying me as soon as I walk out the motherfucking door. You know what I mean? But anybody should feel like that. Be grown. Like, what's up? Spit that shit out, kid. And sometimes it's a damn domino effect. Like, if some folks see their peoples or multiple of their peoples don't pull up in a certain chat, then they'll follow right behind those people. They won't either. Oh, what's the name? Don't go in there, so I ain't going. They'll follow right behind them. That shit be corny as hell, fam. I came on here by myself. I ain't come on here with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, people will take up other people's beef and shit. You know what I'm saying? It happens all the time. It's like in real life, you know. That's why when people say this is YouTube, this is the internet, not real life, it's like I get where they're coming from with that. But at the same time, the same interactions you see on here are the same interactions that people have, you know, offline. You know, it can be corny on one side, but then you get it, you know, you roll with who you roll with. But you actually forget that sometimes you forget you want to act with other grown folk. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? And myself included, because I've been in situations where it's like, oh, come on, Realest, you could do better. You know? Just based on the actions. Like, hell no. Ain't nobody, like, everybody ain't gonna get along. But, you know, it do be some follower type shit going on here. You know, they'll swear that's not what it is, but use your comment. Use your comment. Because if you meant to genuinely show any sort of support to somebody, then show that shit. So for me, it's like, don't be no damn fool. You know, it is what it is. At the same time, I know how it works. You know, if you anything like me, you know what's up. You know how it goes. You're not going to continuously shout it out talking about some, oh, I don't get support from this and that person. Nah, you grown. You know what I mean? But also, you got to remember, like I say, don't be no damn fool. You don't want to be trying to hold down somebody who actually might be looking at you like an enemy. While you popping up in this shit all jolly and happy, happy, joy, joy, in the back of their mind, like, come this motherfucker. You know, it be like that. It be like that. You know, and then sometimes it's like sometimes folks don't even appreciate it. They don't appreciate that support, bro. You know, so people wonder why I always say shit like act accordingly, move accordingly, and all of that. So you should have known that part was coming. You know what I'm saying? And that's never been anything. When I say that, that's never been anything personal to anybody. If it's something that they took personal, then ain't nothing I can do about that. You understand? But just like the wrenches situation, god damn, that right there, like the whole purpose of the wrench, aka mod stick, is to entrust another person with what? Posting links of other supporters. You snipe the trolls out. You got standard, what is it? Moderator. There's two other names in there. But when I have a wrench, I don't really even be using that motherfucker like that unless somebody want me to. You understand? But I see the main reason these days is to give those who you have a particular rapport with. That's one of the reasons people give out wrenches these days. You know, the whole reason for it kind of changed. You go in chats, you see like a lot of blue and shit. You know, I'm a type of person, I don't need everybody blue up in my joint, because I was like, let's keep it real. Do I really have that same rapport with everybody here? Everybody I'm cool with, but let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't want to say it for what it is sometimes, but you don't got that same rapport with everybody you come across. You know, and even then, it's like, I didn't grow up with nobody on this app. You know, I say that just to say, you know, you gotta keep it 100 sometimes. Yeah, but sometimes people give The wrenches to the ones that got that real rapport with, to the ones you really deal with more than others. And that's just how it be. Now, again, the wrenches can be made a big deal out of. Some personally feel if they don't have one in your chat, then it's an issue, especially if they gave you one. What's y'all thoughts on that, honestly? Do you feel if you are a moderator on somebody's platform that you should make them one on yours? And keep it 100. I really always looked at it like this. If I have one in the next person's chat, then it's probably because I was there enough for them to want to give me one. So if they come to minds and they don't, then it's simple. It's either because it slipped my mind, which I can fix, or I didn't remember, or it's, well, I don't see you in there enough to have one, so why should I give you one? I guess, right? You know what I'm saying? To keep it at 100. So for some people, it should even be a question, but it remains that rent shit really do be causing issues. It's like it defines relationships and rapports sometimes, which maybe it shouldn't always be like that, because all it does is make shit more messy. Sometimes it's like you only want to hand them out to those who are actually dropping the links and reposting the Cash App link. Like for actual purpose is what I'm saying. Give them just to give. I don't really believe in that too much, but I have. You know what I'm saying? I've certainly had folk get pissed off at me because I had one in theirs, but not the other way around. You know what I'm saying? And my thing to them was like, yeah, I'd be in yours though. And I'm not even somebody that makes a huge deal out of it. But if you're going to call it like it is, then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? When folk are mad at that ass, feeling the way, and they trying to get across that they got an issue with you, you could already have one from them, then they'll snatch that motherfucker. It be petty like that. They be thinking they be doing something. They feel a way towards you. Next time you pop up in they shit, you ain't got one. They think they be doing something. They be thinking they be doing something. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. Speaking for me only, these wrenches never meant diddly shit to Realest, fam. I promise you. Like for me, for the time I've been on here, I never ever asked for one from nobody. I always been just given one that was based off either, again, the rapport I had with them or the support I showed. It was that simple. Ask for what? You ain't getting paid to be no moderator. Fuck, you care about that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's called like it is. It get real over those wrenches though. Sometimes arguments, beefs, rivalries, all started from those little damn blue wrenches. From something we can only use when we come on the app. As it stands, subscribers and supporters are two completely different titles. And it's really, there's a couple layers to it. There's a couple different layers to it. And, but it's really up to you as the content creator, as the host of the platform, to decide which one is which. Who do you feel like are your supporters? Who do you feel like are your subscribers? Right? Sometimes you might find yourself taking some of that shit to heart, or maybe you don't care at all. Everybody's different. I've seen different reactions, right? Everybody has different reasons for even being on here. So everybody brings something different to the table. Yet still, everybody wants their channel to grow, though. Am I right? Everybody has a platform for a reason. You want the subscribers, you want the views, you want all that shit. Some are more thirsty for it than others, and some are even willing to cut corners and step on toes to get it. Everybody wants to go as far as they can with what they're doing, right? It can be discouraging to help boost another motherfucker channel while you thinking to yourself, well, goddamn, can I get some of that support back? But everybody not going to make a spectacle over the shit. Even if you think it for a second, you just see it for what it is and you just act accordingly on that. It's some overly generous individuals and there's some selfish and hypocritical individuals. It just will come with the game. That's the truth of the matter, but it comes down to how you deal with it. That's really all that matters at the end of the day. How you gonna deal with it? Because you can't change them. You know what's up. It should be simple to tell them apart. Subscriber, supporter. If you're getting the same support you give, then that's obviously a supporter. Even then, people define that word different. If you watch, that's support to some. Hit the like and maybe not watching as much is support to some. To some, sharing out and smacking the like but not watching could be supportive too. Everybody defines it different. What's support to some might not be enough support or none to others. And what's not support to others might be just enough support to some. A subscriber, I mean, shit, that's just somebody sub to your ass. They don't watch, they don't hit the like. Damn sure ain't hitting the like. In fact, it goes back to what I said the other day. You could have some low-key haters among those subscribers. They're not there for any of those reasons. They're not there for anything positive. Connected to you for nothing positive at all. But they're just on some keep the enemy close type stuff. I've seen that before. I've had that happen. You understand? How y'all think that a lot of that beef and shit continues? They see what their rival said. They get what they one of the first ones to get the notification. Boom. All right, let me go and make one. Let me go and retaliate. That's why that shit be so rapid. That's why that shit be so crazy and it's so prolonged. Nobody's unsubscribing from each other. That shit crazy. But shit, you might even forget who's connected to your channel. You wouldn't even know or remember unless they left a comment. Like it's really a few times I see names pop up in comments, folk I ain't seen in years. And I'm like, oh, wow, you still around? For real? I appreciate you. You been hitting that like though? You know what I'm saying? At times people say, how do you know that person wasn't supporting? Right? I've heard people say that before. Because we don't always see names. If they're not leaving a comment and they're not popping up in your chat, then you don't know if they're watching. I've seen people say, I was checking you out from the bushes. I'll be watching from the bushes. I'll be low-key supporting. But they never type anything, right? With the like button, when people hit that, you don't see no names. You just see numbers. I just feel like ultimately you can tell. If it's like that, then it's like that. You know what I'm saying? You can tell if you put enough videos out and went live enough, you know who the supporters are, I feel like. And to the people in question, it's like if they care to be acknowledged as a supporter, then a comment every once in a while ain't gonna hurt the finger. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know how else to put it. I do it differently. If I'm watching, you'll know. If I'm not, you'll know. There's pretty much no in between. Everybody got their own way to decipher what is what and which is which. But I think me saying this will be agreed upon by some. If it ain't genuine, I don't want it. I don't want it. If it ain't real, I don't want it. I don't want it. If you ain't rocking with it, don't pretend. I've said that since day one, though. Respectfully, it's like skedaddle. What else you supposed to say? You don't want no haters, hooked up to you and shit. That's all you can say about this whole subscriber supporter dynamic. See those words flickering on your screen right now? If there were any other words, that would be my best solution. But, I only did this because it just sparked up the interest to just speak on. Because I've always said to people, there's a difference between subscribers and supporters, But y'all leave y'all thoughts on the matter. Subscribers, supporters. How do you determine this one from that one? Do you take it personally? Do you expect back what you give out? Does it not matter? Do you not give a shit? Holla at Realest. Let me know. Mr. Accordingly, Realest One. Peace.